Hi friends, Evan Money here. In today's episode, we're talking about some of the best advice on the journey to the top. Okay, so here's the actual question. Evan, what did you learn on your journey to the top, and what advice would you give? Well, first off, I need to preface this so we understand. Getting to the top is relative. And what does that even mean? Now, if you watch some of my previous videos, we talked about the peak-to-peak principle. So there is no top. There is never a top. It's a certain goal or a certain dream. The top, again, is totally relevant. So some people look at oh man, you've made it. And I look at other people and I'm like, what are you talking about? We're just getting started, man. We gotta go here. So it's this lifetime journey. So that's like going halfway through the marathon and going, gosh, what's it like winning the race? We got a long way to go, man. So I encourage you, there is no top. There's just different areas along the way, different stepping stones, different areas of celebration. So that's key to understand. Hey, you can enjoy the view and go, yeah, let's take a rest here. This is awesome. But eventually it's like, hey, let's keep going and move on here. So that's step number one. But as far as best advice, here's the best advice I can give you. And it's air. Okay, who can forget air? You need it every day. You need the air. So air stands for action, integrity, and responsibility. The best advice I've ever gotten in those three areas. So number one, nothing happens unless you take action. So if you look at where you're trying to get to, whoever asked me this question, I want to get to the top. Well, you're here and the top's here. The only thing that's that's preventing you from getting there right now, today, is you taking action. That's right, and you already know what you need to do. All you need to do is actually take the action. So everything starts with action, and everything happens with action. So that's first. A is for action. Number two is I, which is, air. So we got A-I. I is integrity. So integrity is easy to talk about, but definitely hard to walk. I remember one of my favorite examples of integrity from a good friend of mine. He's a very famous music composer. And his music has been licensed by American Idol. It's been played in 85 countries, and all the major studios in Hollywood use him. I mean, you talk about the top, okay? This guy's there. So he wrote a piece of music, and he had someone help him write the music. So he just said, hey, I need you to kind of play this piece and do this and do this. So it was his music, but he had this guy help him with it. And this music ended up going into all different countries, all these different things, and it was a residual type income, and a very large check came in the mail because of this project. And he had a decision to make. He goes, well, I could just pocket this, or do I actually pay that guy who helped me because he was part of it? But they didn't have a contract, they didn't have a written agreement, but that's what integrity is when the rubber meets the road of going, wow, this is costing me big dollars. I could buy a nice new car with this, but I'm gonna end up paying this guy. That's real integrity, all right? That's what it takes if you wanna really make it to the top and not fall off like so many people do. See, so many people climb to like, oh, these different levels, top, and all of a sudden, and they're falling fast, okay? That's because of integrity. So action, integrity, and the last one is taking responsibility, full responsibility. Instead of playing the blame game and the blame list, saying, oh, I'm gonna blame the taxes, I'm gonna blame the weather, I'm gonna blame who's in office this month, or whatever. There's always something to blame until you actually put it on yourself and take full responsibility and say, I'm here because of the way I think. Here's a tough one. I'm speaking this to you in love. You are exactly in life where you should be because of the way you think, period. And that goes for me too. So when I look at different areas that I'm trying to achieve, like, come on, I'm not there yet. I'm like, I need to change my thinking. Something needs to change. So action, integrity, responsibility, the best advice I've ever gotten. If you apply that, you'll be at the top before you know it, and then you can go to the next top and the next top and the next top. All right, until next time, God bless.